Hello everybody, this is Mr. Akins, and this is a What's on the Comic Rack dollar bin haul video. In this video I want to show you my latest haul from my LCS and what I got out of the dollar bin. I always love going through the dollar bin at my LCS, always find something new there, always great reading material, and sometimes you might be able to find something that's a key. As I was going through the books, I also found some John Byrne comics. Oh no, he's going on a John Byrne tangent. Yes, I always pick up some John Byrne comics. I always like doing a little bit of research when I find these comics. Found something I was reminded of when I picked up those John Byrne comics. I also like picking up stuff out of the dollar bin because it makes me feel like a kid again. I can take a small amount of money and buy a large amount of comics. So if you like this content, hit the subscribe, like button, and let's get to looking at those dollar bin comics. We're going to start off this dollar bin haul with a Firestorm number 2. Those dollar bins seem to have a lot of Firestorms in them, so I'm going to start picking them up, see how much of a run I can get, and start reading these once I get a few that are in sequence. And once I looked up some information about this, the statue that's depicted here on the cover, they've taken some artistic liberties with this statue. There's actually a statue in Central Park that depicts the characters from Lewis and Clark's Alice in Wonderland. I'll put a picture of that statue in my video. Next on the list of my dollar bin finds, Firestorm number 56. This is a Legends crossover. I think this is a very, very cool cover. I love the way this cover looks. This cover was done by Joe Brzezinski. Never heard of Joe Brzezinski, but I like your cover. Next we have a JSA cover done by the incomparable Alex Ross with Our Man on the cover. I found a lot of these in my 17 long box collection that I bought. I've kept all of them, but I think I may have been missing this one. Wasn't sure. I picked it up anyway. It was only $1 for this beautiful Alex Ross cover. And since I'm such a great John Byrne fan, if I see any John Byrne in the dollar bin, I'll pick it up. So we've got a Man of Steel number 4. Not only do we have one, but I went ahead and picked up 2 of those. Of course, the cover's done by John Byrne. This is the first post-crisis appearance of Lex Luthor. And of course, they completely revamped Lex Luthor from the mad scientist he was before to the power-hungry billionaire I think he is now. And I think they kind of merged the two into one now. He's a mad scientist and a power-hungry billionaire. Next pickup was definitely a dollar comic. New Mutants number 16. Now this does have a first appearance. It's got a first appearance of the Hellions. Hellions include Thunderbird, which is Jimmy Proudstar, Roulette, Cat's Eye, Empath, Jetstream, and Terra. So if this was in better shape, it may be worth a little bit. I'll find out and put what a fair market value for a 9.8 is up on the screen. But this one was only $1. It's got a lot of spine ticks. I haven't taken it out of the bag and seen exactly what all the flaws are, but I'm sure this one's only worth $1. Next on the list, Quicksilver number 1. This was in really good shape. It's a number 1. Kind of interested in what the story's all about. I haven't read this one. Didn't pick it up when it was on the newsstand. But apparently it has a lot of minor first appearances in this issue. And last on the dollar bin haul, I always like my Marvel 2-in-1. This is Marvel 2-in-1, The Thing and the Human Torch. Now, of course, this story has the Twin Towers in it. Once I started to look and see if there was any other significance about this, the idea of the sliding time scale came into play. Now, the sliding time scale is an attempt to quantify the passage of time on Earth 616. And then rather than having a fixed date in history, the modern era kind of starts with the events of Fantastic Four #1 and continuously slides forward from there. Now, this sliding period can be from 7 to 15 years. Some people say it's 7, some people it's 13, some people it's 15. I remember it as being 10, and a lot seems to be more of a consensus of it being 13 now. This means that at any given time in the present, the space flight that actually created the Fantastic Four always happens around 13 years ago. So if you're reading comics in 2008, Fantastic Four #1 took place in 1995 if you use the 13 years. 2018, 2005 is when Fantastic Four 1 took place. We're in 2023, so Fantastic Four spaceflight took place in 2010. Now, the reason I know this is because I remember reading an interview with John Byrne in a magazine called Comics Interview, where he talked about the Stan Lee, Jack Kirby stories taking place about 7 years in the past, or 7 years separated those stories from the stories that he was doing at the time. And so I started digging through my long boxes, and I found that Comics Interview. It was a number 25. So I'm kind of excited. I'm going to pull that out of the bag, and I'm going to read that, and it'll be great to go back and see exactly what John Byrne was saying about that at that time. But that was the first time that sliding time scale kind of came into play, and it's kind of been used ever since. Certainly can't be used in a strict sense. So this sliding time scale is it started by John Byrne back in the 80s, you know. And that's my latest dollar bin haul. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you next time around the comic rack.